Welcome to Smart Girl Philippines. I'm Irish and the topic of today's short talk is make your Filipina work for it. This is a true and all too common story in the Philippines. A guy from the US met a Filipina online from Cebu. She was so super maganda, skinny, beautiful face, and super fit. He was in his late 50s and she was 22. After a few days of chatting, she told him she loved him and wanted to be with him. He couldn't believe his luck. Not only was she young and beautiful, but she wanted to come and live with him in the US. So of course, he was super excited and imagined how awesome life would be to have her with him. He took a quick trip to the Philippines and took her to the nicest resort in Cebu. On the second day, they were together. He proposed with an engagement ring. He immediately started the fiancé visa paperwork, and within a few months, he flew to the US to be with him. They got married right away. A few weeks later,
Got married too quick.
she was gone. Sayang. So when foreigners come to the Philippines to date Filipinas, the overwhelming majority of them make things
Wait, where's she gone?
way too easy for them. A foreigner will show up and get super excited that he's dating a young, beautiful Filipina. And then here's typically what happens. He changes his entire life for her. He waits for her to show up on dates. He gives her an allowance. He pays her bills. He buys her a phone. He helps her quit her job. He takes her on vacation. He gets her pregnant right away. He buys her a diamond ring. He gives money to her family. He pays off her family debts. He buys her a
That sounds like the perfect guy. I feel like.
scooter. He helps her brothers and sisters go to college. He helps her get a passport. He applies for a fiancé visa right away. He builds her family a house, and on and on. You get the idea? So, it's a true statement that overwhelming majority of Filipinas don't have to work very hard for the relationships with foreigners because foreigners make it way too easy for them. And this is understandable because the guys are excited. And it's free to ask, so a beautiful Filipina has nothing to lose by asking you if you'll buy her a phone. So of course, if you feel like you hit the relationship jackpot, you're going to want to buy her a phone. But the problem is that if you buy her it for her, she just quickly learned that if she wants something, all she has to do is ask a foreigner for it. And she'll get it without giving any effort. Now, you might be saying, come on Irish, give these Filipinas a break. They have hard lives and they make less than $1 an hour. But it doesn't matter how hard their lives are. If you make it easy for them, they will not be invested in your relationship. Sure, it might help them a little, but it only be temporary and it's not going to help your relationship.
I feel like what she means, she's saying that don't be too quick to, don't do it too quick, I guess.
Because if you don't have to work for something, you typically don't place a high value on it. So yeah, free stuff is a great. But once there's no more free stuff, she'll be gone. You could probably give a Filipina $1 million and it would be gone in a few months and she'd have the exact same problems she has right now. The other trap with this is what I call the dentist problem. If you have the worst toothache of your life and you're in misery and you find a dentist that has ability to immediately take away your pain, you're going to tell him that you love him and want to have his baby and that you will never leave him if he can fix
That's a good analogy, actually.
your toothache. Chances are, you'll tell him whatever he wants to hear if it means he'll fix your pain. So, he fixes it. And 15 minutes later, you walk out of the dentist's office and move on with your life. Typically, dentists overcome this problem by making you set up an appointment. Pay money, get an x-ray, and then they'll fix your problem. You can't just show up. You have to show some effort for them to fill your cavity. So, what's the solution? It's typically pretty simple. Make your Filipina work for it. Don't make things too easy for her. Because the more she invests in the relationship, then the more
I mean, I think by work for it, I feel like she mean just take your time and don't be too quick and in too hurry, you know. Yeah, normally when stuff happen in short time period, then regret happen. I feel like that's what she meant.
she's going to value the relationship. And the more value she places on the relationship, the harder it's going to be for her just to walk away. More value means she's going to be 1,000 times more loyal, dependable, and faithful. And she's going to be much better partner. So, what are some practical ways you can do this? Here's some ideas. For starters, make her fit into your schedule for video calls or chats. You shouldn't be waking up at 3 a.m. every day to chat with her. She should have to sacrifice just as much as you do. Also, for starters, don't let her bring friends or family to your dates when you're first starting to get to know each other.
I mean, by 3 a.m. she meant people back over in the US, it different time difference. I mean,
Let her earn that privilege. Don't tolerate her being late on dates. Give her a pass on the first date. But if it happens again, give her a kind but firm warning. Make her show up on time if she's going to be with you. Never ever give her big amounts of money or try to solve any of her problems. A little allowance or help with daily needs is okay. But if you give her money and make the amount smaller and more frequent as opposed to any big amounts. It is true that life can be challenging in the Philippines, but we're strong. If you want to help your Filipina, that's great and it's okay, but be smart about it. If she needs a new phone so you can communicate better, don't buy her an iPhone. Help her buy a cheaper smartphone that she can afford
actually, this is a good advice. I feel like she's giving good advice.
and offer to pay for half. Make her put some skin in the game. Don't show up and take her on a vacation right away. Date her for a few weeks before you take a trip to Boracay. Don't ask her to get a passport. Let her figure it out. If she takes that initiative to get a passport, then it means she is serious about traveling with you or coming to your country. Don't talk about a fiancé visa until you've met in person and dated for more than a month. Never talk about a fiancé visa while you're in a chatting phase. If she brings it up, do not engage her about it. Don't let her move into your place until she starts cooking, cleaning, and doing laundry. Or better yet, wait until you get married or engaged. Don't help her quit her job. Let her make time to see you before or after work. Don't help her family when you start dating. You can solve their problems. Only they can solve their own problems. Another great hack is that if someone has a problem in her family and needs money, put the ball in their court. If they save half, offer to help them with the other half. Never just give cash. This will make her family invested in solving their own problems and not to see you as an ATM. And as far as fiancé visas go,
That is very good advice. That's for sure very good advice.
there are success stories with people who go for it right away and roll the dice. But there's way more failures. So my best advice is to go slow. If it is a good idea today, it will be a good idea in 6 months.
Yeah, go slow and take your time. That's it. Yeah.
This isn't about being mean. It's not about being manipulative, and it's not about dominance or control. It's simply stepping back and letting her put effort into the relationship. It's smart and it will make your relationship 100 times better. So remember, make her work for it. And in the end, you're going to be much happier. Does this fit with your own experience? Please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, you may consider joining my free weekly newsletter called Philippines 123. Every
I feel like the advice coming from them is much. It has a lot of value, you know, because they understand each other. Yeah, but the main advice is take your time. That's it.